who's also in the Hall of Fame, one of the founders of the museum. He'll be presenting Ralph his plaque. The plaque also reads, Ralph Kramer, for his outstanding accomplishments and significant contributions to the Corvette. Induction to the Corvette Hall of Fame, September 2nd, 2016. Ralph Kramer.
Bobby Bubness, where are you, Bobby?
Way in the back.
You know what? You had ought not to be surprising people like me with videos like that. John, Gibb, Jim's not here, I don't think. All you guys, all I can tell you is that your checks are in the mail. Thanks a lot for blowing my cover with my family. They had no idea that I was such a scheming conniver back in one of my former lives. Or maybe that's conniving schemer, I'm not sure. Let me take a second to introduce my family if you don't mind. Would you all stand up over there, please? The little lady, her old life of 54 years. While I was practicing public relations, I guess you'd say, at General Motors back in the day, Carol was raising our kids. And you guys all sat down again, didn't you? Okay, well, there's three of them here. Son Michael's here someplace. Where are you, Mike? Wave your hand there. There you go. Son Mike and wife Amber is over here. Chris and wife Michelle. Chris, come on, stand up. Okay, there you go. And my very favorite daughter, Gail Ann, right here, all the way from Bluffton, South Carolina, which is under a hurricane watch, which may explain why she's here tonight. As Wendell might tell you, when he called me about this, there was this long pause. And then I said, Wendell, you must have the wrong number. Because PR people, this is not in keeping with what we do. Our job is to get attention for other people and not for themselves. I know I got my kicks out of seeing people like Jim Perkins take something that I might have done and make good use out of it. It was my pleasure to work for Chevrolet for 15 of my years at GM, which is a long time, actually, considering what the movement of all of us back in that time frame. But long enough for me to learn that Chevy was not just a brand, not even a team really, but a living, breathing organism with a heart and a soul. I loved it and I hated to leave it. I worked for 4 general managers from Bob Lund. Some of you might remember Bob Lund way back in the beginning. Bob Lund, by the way, who was general manager from probably the mid-60s to the late 70s, was a Corvette nut. Actually was involved in the marketing of those first Corvettes. And then, of course, obviously with Jim Perkins. And I'd say that all of them, they gave the PR department, the PR people, both the freedom and the resources to flex mind and muscle on behalf of the company. And that was an invaluable experience. We did that in my time frame with gusto, and I think I guess I don't recognize myself in that video, but some of those things that we did do. Since the statute of limitations has expired, I'm going to talk a little bit in more detail about some of those things tomorrow. I hope you all can come around at, I think it's 8:30 or 9:30, I guess it is. And we'll get into a lot of details. I'd sure like to hear what you have to think about the way we manage some of that. Things like, the coming out of the closet of Corvette racing in 1984, factory racing that is. The Monterey Historics in '87. Anybody at the 75th anniversary Chevrolet affair at Monterey? There's one or two out there. There you go. Bondurant was there. That was spectacular. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how that all came to be tomorrow. I would say the most delicate thing, though, that we did had to do with the museum. On the one hand, we wanted to do everything we possibly could to help Dan Gale and his team get the museum off the ground. On the other hand, we knew that if Chevrolet was anything more than at arm's length from this caper, the chances are a lot of the people that we needed to become benefactors would decide to stay away from the party. I mean, if Chevy's going to guarantee this gig, why should I get involved? Why they don't need my money? So we did all sorts of things, most of them under the table and behind the scenes. Most of them were legal. We did it all to nurse, I think, the museum from concept to reality, and then I was able to stick around long enough to help it through some of its infancy. And Wendell, tonight, I'm thinking, looking out here, you think of the staff, the Bowling Green community, Corvette freaks everywhere, what they've collaborated and done to take the museum to heights that 25 years ago we could not have even begun to imagine is just absolutely incredible. And I just want to tell you, you have my congratulations and my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you ever so much. And gee, thank you all. Thank you for this.